Give me your hellos because we are playing the Clorinde quest.
Happy Duck make me happy.
There you go. Thank you for the resub for tier 1 for 3 months. Hello, hello, hello. Give me your hellos to YouTube. We are playing the Clorinde quest today. She is the love of my life. That's all I have to say about this. Let's play this quest. Fuck. All right. Unlock. Silent night. Holy night. All that's gone.
I've faced many opponents in my duels. Most of them I defeated. The rest surrendered. No, I have never lost a duel.
I would do anything for you. Chat, I lost two 50-50s trying to get a Clorinde C1. I just wanted C1, and I got C3 Chi-Chi, C5 Mona. And all I got for it was 2 Clorindes. It cost me $550 to get 2 Clorindes and 1 of her weapon. 1. When I say that this individual has completely sucked me dry, I don't mean that in a weird way. I mean that literally. I mean it actually. I have nothing left. $550 for that is crazy. C2's pretty good though. Don't say that to me. I have a guarantee, bro. Don't say that to me. Totally worth it though. I mean, to be real, I like her combat more than I've liked any other character in a long time, other than Arlecchino. I like it more than Nouvelette's. I like it more than Farina's gameplay. I like it more than Riceley's game. I'm sorry, Riceley fans. I know you're out there. Judgment Day. So yeah, lock in, sit back, get a snack. We're gonna play through the Clorinde quest tonight, guys. Thanks for joining. Oh, well, they went to bed earlier tonight. I think she's just been working hard. Bro, she has a gun. And what are you gonna say to that? Nothing. She's a gun. Look at this. It's so satisfying.
Did you also see Navia and Clorinde over
I'm on. Not right now.
there? They look like they might have run into some kind of trouble.
I'm shooting everywhere in
Let's go
France.
check out what's going on.
Hello, ladies. Yeah, no spoilers.
Still no dice?
Not
Does that
at
sound
all.
good for you guys?
And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already. Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
Social anxiety, for real.
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
Sesby and Lex. Guys, you can't say Sesby and Lex every time you see them.
I've asked them already, but they're both
just
pretty busy
roommates.
right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off too, so I don't want to bother them either.
Melissa Silver.
This is getting pretty
R.I.P. the
difficult.
goats.
Navia, Clorinde, what's up?
But they're dating. Well, that's true.
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners, how are you all doing?
I want to nimble Lynette's ears. Okay.
Huh.
All right. Well,
Navia?
that's one step towards emote only. That's one step closer.
Oh, you mean...
This is our chance.
What is that pose? What are you gonna do? We're just passing
Do
through.
you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Genshin Impact really likes pointing.
Whoa, for real?
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
What kind of problem? Tell me about it.
Traveler, Paimon, would you join us and play Mar Shosei Hunter Judgment Day?
Just like Kari Bear's father. Wrong direction.
What now?
Marcia,
It's a
who?
new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
D&D.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
Where's my Baldur's Gate lovers at?
That sounds super interesting.
Rise up.
Clorinde and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them. And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on. A brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues, but I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
The thing that's difficult about D&D is that you need like a consistent group to show up for it. I don't feel like I could get a group.
Whoa. I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't
For like
read it
in
yet.
person.
No spoilers, please.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final player right now.
And you got anybody in mind, or like?
So, you're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
I can't wait to hear her voice in Star Rail. You can do it online. I want to do it in person,
Kind of a package deal.
with like close
Is
friends.
that okay?
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players, and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Well, Traveler, what do you think? Wanna play? Paimon will follow your lead.
Is anybody in like a super long D&D campaign? I talked to one of my friends recently. I don't remember who it is. I think it's Mina, who said they were in like a year-long D&D campaign or something. Always help a friend in need.
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Clorinde the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives. On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Okay.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
Yeah, like a lot of D&D falls apart quick.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Shiorya Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
I feel like Shiori would be really fun to play D&D
Sounds
with.
good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something.
Because she's in love with you. Wake up.
Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Me when I play D&D. Speak with animals is the like literal first thing everybody spammed in my Baldur's Gate chat to add on to my bard. The Baldur's Gate runs that I did, one started as a bard, the second one started as a Oathbreaker paladin, but me and my friend All Hell Boone didn't finish that campaign or that run of Baldur's Gate. So I just have that save file ready to go whenever. I could play through Baldur's Gate multiple times though. It's one of my all-time favorites. I flirt with everyone in D&D. I'm that guy. So you're the Asterion.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Farina's here too.
You're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Farina! Paimon didn't know you were playing too. Are you also members of the tabletop troupe?
Hey, you too.
I'm more of a casual member, if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette, Fremine, and I play something similar at the Hotel Bouffe Tété sometimes, but I'm usually the GM.
Hotel Bouffe Tété.
Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at
Hotel
all.
Bouffe Tété.
Clorinde simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
God, she would be so dramatic in this D&D experience.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clorinde?
You could say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troupe.
She's an experienced nerd.
Right. I knew about that even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
On the days of the week, Monday through Friday, she's killing people in duels. On the weekend, she's being the master,
Wow.
the table master.
I'm used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
So we have a problem with any of the rules. Do we have to submit a duel request? Right?
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players. I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Damn. You want to talk about it?
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
What would it take to make her cry?
No, that's not what I meant.
I need Lenny to complete my collection. Lenny is the first character, obviously, we got in Fontaine. I thought I would main him, but I never did. I just didn't really get accustomed to the charge bow gameplay.
I'm back. Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
What in the fucking Three Musketeers Puss in Boots is he wearing, brother?
Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Bro look like Puss in Boots grown up.
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marechaussee Hunters.
Marechaussee.
You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
That's an explorable area, by the way. Actually,
I'm not super familiar with the history of the Marechaussee Hunters. Is that a problem?
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you
Oh,
a
here we
brief
go.
rundown. So, basically, Marechaussee hunters were people who dedicated themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the first hunter, Cassiodor.
I know so little about Remuria because I skipped through all the world quests. I don't want to read all that.
But
I gotta watch a
I'll leave
video.
the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
Mm-hmm. And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
In that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
He went and didn't change his voice at all.
Oh, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already.
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well, head over to this location and begin your heroic
The
journey.
guy's mentioned.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
It's the
I'm
exact
listening.
location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
Sounds good. Hunter Squad, move out!
Roll out. Okay, cool little setup, little backstory on the Marechaussee hunters. Is this the D&D spot outdoors? Did anybody make a recap about the Remuria quest? Asha Kaya probably did. She usually does, I think. Did Minsliff do one? Autobots, roll out. All I know is I went there and I saw Dr. Ratio and I was confused. Wait, it's over here now? What the heck? Yo, why is my Nahida just dead? Like, what happened to Nahida?
Seems like an emergency.
Ashikai did. It made me cry. The Remuria quest made you cry. That must be pretty powerful then. I did what Dottore couldn't. I would have taken that Gnosis myself. It was sad as shit. Oh shit. I was like this the whole time because I have an attention span of like a goldfish.
Whoa. They really have thought of everything. Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go
And
for
the
us.
snacks.
The Fatometer.
Really?
What's that?
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure.
The dice.
We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
Nat 20. Only.
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
That's
Who
what the
made
message
this?
said.
Really? That's so nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
I think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marashose hunter, Paimon.
Good one, Liddy. Then you really got her ass with that one.
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin.
Yeah, we're Lynette and Fremine. Yeah, they don't want to do this. That's what they said at the
First,
beginning.
please pick up the blank character cards in front of you and write down your name and profession. You can find an abbreviated
Can I
version of
actually
the
do
rules
it?
printed on the back of your character card. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. In this story, everyone is a Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
Ooh, nice.
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Swordsmanship.
Can I actually
There's a fighting part
customize?
to all of this? Paimon's not sure she can do all that on her own. Maybe Paimon can just stick with you?
That's what
Why
you always
don't you
do.
share a character card then? The traveler will be the Marashose hunter, and you can be her little floating assistant.
This is gonna be deep here. Hear me out. Paimon is the emperor. If you've played Baldur's Gate, you know.
Huh. Kinda like in real life.
So, for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
Yep, it can be any name you like.
Thank you, Luna. I'm
You can
excited.
use your real name too if you want. I do that whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
Oh, so it would be like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself. That's not a bad
That's what
idea.
stories are, yeah.
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
Next up is the
You
skill
guys are really
sheet.
creative.
You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated checks.
Charisma
Okay.
all the way, baby.
Persuasion and investigation. Those are must-haves when it comes to missions like these.
Charisma.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence. Good idea, Navia. Just as expected of a veteran player.
So, should we also take those skills then?
You can have different ones.
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia and use our skill points to pick up other useful skills. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand. That will give us more options if we run into any situations we can't negotiate our way out
They're
of.
just making themselves in the game.
Oh, interesting.
Skill
I wasn't
points?
thinking about it like that.
Okay, Sarah Mitchell.
I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Everyone has their own role to play. Let me see. I'll take arts and performance. I'm not quite sure what use they'll be, but I'm not as knowledgeable about the other skills, and I'm not too confident I'd be able to roleplay them well.
She lacks so much self-confidence. And also, of course, she would be a bard.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler?
Cooking, medicine, insight? Yo, where's the charisma? That might be a little bit of insight. I'm cooking you, Paimon.
Ha! Gotta say, this suits you really well. Nothing boosts morale like good food.
Learn medicine too. Insight first.
Oh, something that'll help you get a read on other people's thoughts. Sounds useful. So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these 2 skills?
Yeah, I don't really care about medicine.
Let's see. Oh, looks like you each have enough points to choose one final skill.
You've all picked such classic skills. It's fine to go a little bit out of the box, you know.
Stop making yourself.
Why do I get the feeling she's getting ready to cause trouble?
Oh god.
For example, this one here. Summon. Doesn't it sound super mysterious and cool?
Oh, I saw that one just now as well. The
She's so
description
cute.
says this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit the script's world-building rules.
Also, one thing about Genshin Impact I'll always love is there are always crabs. Crabs will always just be in your cutscenes forever.
The script's world-building rules, huh? But how are we supposed to know what a Marashose hunter can summon?
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend. Just learn the skills that interest you, and the GM will take care of the rest.
All right, you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn summon then. Paimon can't wait to see what kind of thing shows up.
Well, now that everyone's more or less finished creating their characters, we can begin. Since 2 of our players are doing this for the first time, though, let me ask, would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
Authentic.
What's the difference between the two?
Authentic.
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the Phaeton.
Yeah, I want complete up to chance.
For example,
more fun.
if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure may even result in further negative consequences. If you choose to play in authentic mode, every time you elect to use a skill, you'll need to use the Phaetometer to see whether you succeed or fail, and face any consequences that may follow. If you choose easy mode instead,
I roll dice when you have the
every check will
Phaetometer,
be
baby.
successful by default, and you won't have to worry about luck playing a factor.
Okay, so it's just explaining D&D to new players. Pretty easy. Okay, the random checks triggered by the Phaetometer often serve as indicators for Destiny's course or the success or failure of an action, so you can get between 1 and 20 with picking cards. Okay. Pretty easy.
Given that I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
Huh?
I've
Oh,
never failed any
come
checks.
on. Don't worry about that. RNG is the lifeblood of role-playing games. I'm going with authentic mode for sure.
How about that, the RNG on the banner?
Never knowing what you might have to overcome. Ugh, doesn't that sound exciting?
And expensive.
I'd rather
Good night,
be
Dino. Take it
mentally
easy.
prepared for what might happen.
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by default. As usual, Navia and Linny will play on authentic mode.
What about you, dear partner?
Authentic.
How would you like to play?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna fail anything.
Trust me, you'll see the beauty of RNG.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Honestly, I don't think Clorinde would make things too difficult for us, no matter
Does
what
that mean
the
Farina's
Phaetometer
alone?
says. Isn't that right, Clorinde?
No promises.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
It kind of would be cool to be a grandmaster of one of these games.
Speaking of the story,
I feel like you
why
gotta
is
know
the
what you're doing,
beginning
though.
scene on a beach?
Well, that's because
Do we have worms
a
in our
long
eyes?
time ago, back when human civilization was still in its infancy, powerful demons and evil sorcerers ruled over the land. They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence.
That outfit is clean.
Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the Marachose Hunters.
Dude, when is her outfit dropping? That was so clean. Yeah, it's literally Baldur's Gate, but with the Marachose Hunter explanation. It's on a beach too, like it's very obvious.
Sometime later, as a
Oh,
member
this is
of the
cool.
Marachose Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city.
You get to have like some cutscenes with this.
As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marachose Hunters, likely led to this location after receiving the same commission as you.
You're all Marachose Hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side.
It's like the brown and like cream color palette is so flattering.
What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the road.
Okay, count me in.
Okay, that would actually make me play Linny. If Linny looked like that, I would actually play Linny.
My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marachose hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone?
Can't wait to see hers.
It sounds like they've done this dozens of times.
I felt so bad that she's so insecure. Oh,
My name is Farina, and
little bard Farina.
I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong interest in performance and the arts. Even though I'm a Marachose hunter, what I really want is to be a performing artiste.
She's such a drama queen, a theater kid.
That's really cool. You can do it,
Can
Farina.
Lumine get one?
That's exactly how it's done.
Can Lumine please get lines?
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and companion to this Marachose hunter right here.
Paimon outfit. I like that.
I've been studying the culinary arts since I was a child. I hope my delicious food can help boost people's spirits.
Finally, we get Lumine in these quests. Finally, we speak. Does your outfit change based upon what class you choose? Because I chose cooking, but I could have done medicine or insight too. Dude, now I want to see the other ones. That's so cool.
That's wonderful. I'll be
Wow, they
looking
actually
forward
cooked on
to
this
your
quest.
cooking during our adventures together.
Well, if we're all here for the same commission, why don't we take some time to confirm what we need to do?
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marachose hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis.
I was a doctor. I was
The
sick. I want
lands
to see the other
outside
ones.
the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness. We beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home."
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kind of reminds Paimon of Mondstadt.
It kind of reminds me of Mondstadt.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled. You recall the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility of days gone by.
She made it work.
Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to the signatures at the bottom. Who issued this commission to us?
You see a long
I love
string
Clorinde,
of
dude.
unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the residents of the city issued this commission together. They sensed that things were not right within the kingdom and sent a distress signal to the outside world.
You can tell she's into it.
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything from the local residents?
Oh, good idea. We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
Door of Resurrection activated.
You look up and see a tavern nearby. It appears to be open for the day.
I hope that Luke has one of these style outfits.
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by,
Hope he shows up out of
taverns
nowhere.
are usually full of information.
You can tell how much Clorinde likes this stuff. She's such a nerd. Hi, Dada. What? Okay, monster that guy off a cliff.
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
The style is so different for this quest. Like the text box pop up and the narration.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Like, honestly, man, even if World Quest had like little text bars like this, I would feel more inclined to read them. Instead of like the regular like plain text that they had like animations.
Oh, hello.
I like
suppose
this.
You're right. The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
It seems like every character included
It's
in
like
the
visual
script
eye
has
candy.
a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
Oh, come now. Don't be sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Huh?
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
Oh, did she fail a check and ask a dumb question?
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons?
Or is she cooking?
I could make you some.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
Oh, she's really gonna fail it.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine.
Girlfriend. Making it personal now.
Did she just... Me?
Clorinde must have broke character for a second.
Come on, stay in person. Come on.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think of something.
How about I cook something right here, right now? Any help here, Linny? I like to do an insight check to see what's troubling her away. I want to see if I pass my first one, but I also want to see Linny's. Let me see what Linny has to say.
Miss, we'd love to learn more about the monsters you mentioned. If you're willing to open up to us, we might just be able to help resolve the troubles you're facing.
Oh. Troubled woman seems to be a bit hesitant. Check complete.
You weren't even the one that learned persuasion.
My troubles,
But I'm
you
goaded
say?
like that.
I'm not sure they're so easily resolved, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share them with you. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible. We sincerely hope your husband will be able to return to your side soon.
Oh, thank you.
Helping these NPCs, I hear.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic and wait for good news. We don't always get to choose what happens to us. But we do get to choose the little things, like what we eat and how we respond to the things life throws our way. I hope that one day, you too will recognize the power of something as small and inconsequential as a delicious dessert.
Navi out here changing the lives of NPCs.
I'll do my best.
NPCs within the game. Of the
you
game.
bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further into the city.
Okay. I would love to have like a random appearance of some other Fontaine characters. Or some other region characters.
As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
Who's voicing this? Played by Clorinde.
How about this much?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Did they have her play every character this quest, huh?
Surely an onion can't be that expensive, right?
What do you know? War is nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're not gonna buy anything, then scram.
Wait, she could be multiple other characters.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
Get out of here.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
Farina put on a performance.
A performance? I've never played a role-playing game like this before, but even I can tell that suggestion is pretty far-fetched. Is a performance check really going to help?
That's your
here?
specialty.
Alright. Ahem.
You do realize how role-playing games with the GM work, right? The only role-playing game with a GM I've ever played, it's Baldur's Gate. So no, I didn't know they read all the voices themselves. Because in Baldur's Gate, they're all voiced, but...
By the harbor's grace, a lone boat lies in rest. Let the moon give chase, for here begins our quest.
Damn.
In the dark of shadow, our heroes seek to find where creatures born of evil weave their grand design.
Yeah.
Blocked the road does stand, such is our hunter's plight. Yet with sword and courage in hand, they march forth to pierce the night.
Surely she passed that one, right? 11. Easy mode. Let's go. Or 17.
I don't recall asking for a bardic song. Don't expect me to give you any coin. But if you meant what you sang, and you are indeed some kind of hunter, then by all means, please, go out and kill those monsters for us. Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all our trade routes. We have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to distribute supplies or maintain order?
We could all starve, and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even break a sweat. Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
The Lawrence is back in power, huh?
That is concerning.
Yeah, all right, I think I've said more than enough. Be on your way now.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Don't mind him, Farina. He just doesn't have enough taste to appreciate your art.
Normally when people do the GM or DM, call whatever you want, he'll do all the NPCs.
No. I was just thinking about how those nobles must be so cold-hearted. It's like they don't care about their people at all.
She could never, and that's why she's still my favorite character from the story perspective. She's got a heart of gold, and she's a god tier actress. It's actually really cool how she voices all the characters. This style of quest I've never seen in this game. You've been streaming for 271 days?
Somewhere with more people?
Non-stop.
Oh, how about the city square?
City Square.
Follow me.
Yeah, I've been streaming non-stop for a long time. It's kind of cool to see how Mosset would look a little different.
Before
No
you
fountain.
lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach, Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long sigh.
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him.
Mondstadt, but like Walmart brand.
Hello, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Wait, you're...
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
Oh my god!
You recognize us? Ah, are you one of the people who wrote the commission letter?
Yes, yes! Oh, I didn't expect you to actually come! Oh, what great news! The city is saved!
What happened here?
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. This city used to be free of monsters. The first Marashose hunter, Casiodor, the Golden Hunter, he was the one who drove them back. However, monsters have once again surrounded the city. Perhaps the seal that kept them at bay has lost its power. Or perhaps an evil sorcerer has been meddling in our affairs. All I know for sure is that their return has stripped the city of any chance at peace.
Good morning, princess. What's up?
Are there not enough soldiers to drive them out?
It's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have no idea how to deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. What's worse, many of us don't even know the history of the Marashose hunters anymore. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marashose hunters drove back the monsters. So, on the off chance that something might come of it, I decided to reach out to you.
She ate up these voices.
To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person, I finally know that it was true.
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable Marashose hunters are on the case.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to well with tears of relief.
Still, if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know where to find them. Can you give us any leads?
All I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location. Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They might know more about where to find the monsters.
I see. We'll go look for them then.
Dude, if they released a pack of like character skins, like a bundle for like $150, everybody would buy these. Like at a one-stop go.
All right, be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The monsters outside the city are just part of the problem.
I wonder why they don't do it.
There are evil sorcerers inside the city as well, so be on your guard. They're actively working with the monsters, and have corrupted the court ministers with malicious magic. They're the reason why, even inside the city, everything has been a giant mess.
It's like they don't want to print money. You know? Say since it's 0 for 21 months. Boo. You know how much more of a personal feel Genshin Impact would have as a game if you could have your character look special to you?
Even one of our kindest ministers
Like
is
a carousel of
boorish
outfits.
and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people. Who knows how much longer we'll be able to go on like this.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
I could cook something, Clorinde could sing him a song.
Like, now? Is this really the right time?
Yeah. I'm gonna make her sing every
appreciate your
time.
kindness, but for now, it's more important to focus on the crisis at hand. Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to you.
I'm gonna make her sing every time I get a chance. Brave hunters. Okay, this is pretty cool so far. Clorinde's VA
If
is
I understood correctly,
overtime
there are
working.
currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
True.
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
But which problem should we tackle first?
Well, this seems like a good moment for a break. Take some time and discuss what you want to do. Let me know when you've made your decision.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes.
Well, Clorinde said the script took cues from the real history of Fontaine, right? Maybe the real-life Marashosei hunters were also treated like that.
I wouldn't say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities. Would you like to hear more about it?
Sure. As long as it doesn't spoil anything in the script. You brought up bits and pieces of the Hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
Paimon wants to know too! The hunters were super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in Inazuma?
Yeah, what makes them different?
No. All Marashosei hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword techniques passed down over the centuries.
Skill.
So you mean anyone could become a Marashosei hunter?
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training
I
and
could.
master the swordsmanship techniques required to fight the monsters. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person. To become a hunter, you must be strong in both body and mind.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly? Oh, and the evil sorcerer the script mentions. Did they exist in real life too?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Remuria. After that
Remuria.
dynasty fell, monsters began to appear, intent on obstructing humans from establishing a new social order.
Without reading the Remuria quest, I'm assuming it was during the Cataclysm.
One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems. He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
Now, wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet. So, why don't you talk about someone
She
else for
really
now?
does not want to be spoiled. She's gonna be pissed if she gets spoiled.
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... How about Casiodor, the Golden Hunter? Or Egeria, the
Egeria.
ex-Hunter Archon?
That would be interesting.
Wait, but those people are all from a super long time ago.
What's up, Mijo?
Where did you learn all this, Clorinde?
From my master.
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
I don't remember this name.
Someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends.
Alright, pick the goat.
Back in the day, she would often bring Clorinde over to play, but then...
Let's not get off topic. Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Then what?
Responding to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Casiodor into battle against the monsters. This group of warriors, under Casiodor's leadership, became known as the Marashosei Hunters. Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marashosei Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
Ah,
Melusines.
I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have forgotten the hunters or think of them as nothing more than a legend.
Oh,
Is
interesting.
that really a bad thing, though? It can get tough always being the one shouldering everyone's expectations.
You know about that, don't you? After 500 years.
Depends on who you ask, I suppose. If the name of the organization no longer commands respect, investigative work is bound to suffer.
Speaking of investigations...
She knows all about that.
Which problem should we tackle first? Monsters or evil sorcerer?
I like the evil sorcerer idea
I vote
more.
monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right? We can come
500
back
years.
to the sorcerer later.
Well said, Miss Farina. Plus, if the sorcerers really are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us
Bro
some
said
clues
Arkin.
on their intentions as well.
What about you, partner? What do you think?
The sorcerer's problem seemed pretty important. I won't go against Farina. I said monsters.
It's decided then.
Monsters to start, sorcerer after.
All right. After some discussion,
Alright, let's go.
you decide to turn around and head out of the city.
Lock in. Lock back in. Farina got that PTSD that comes out of all sorts of moments.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
You there, outsiders, hold!
I always get jump scared by her voicing it.
Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his eyes.
Sound like me.
Just one look.
That's me for real.
And you can tell he's fought in his fair share of battles.
That's so me.
Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping down his forehead make it obvious that he's been wounded and is in serious pain. I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once.
The accent?
State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, he has range.
It's been a while since someone's been this suspicious of us.
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves.
Talk, not whisper.
Have you ever heard of the Marchese Hunters?
Marachose hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them?
This is how Wuthering Waves characters should sound. We're counting on you, Navi. I like to think of an insight check to tell what he's thinking. Can we do an insight check? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Did I win? Do I get to see my score?
While everyone is talking, you begin to carefully observe the captain's mannerisms. Every so often, you see him glance toward a particular direction, with a pained expression on his face, as if an invisible thread is tying him to an unknown place. As you follow his gaze, you vaguely recall that the location he seems fixated on is known for its difficult terrain. Any battle that breaks out in a place like that is likely to be prolonged and devastating.
Wait, is that where the monsters are? Outside the forest, in the area with the difficult terrain?
I get jump scared every time you speak.
The captain is taken aback by your sudden question. Still, his shock only lends credence to your theory. You're looking to fight the monsters?
The monsters?
Well, we're Marchese Hunters after all. You could say that's basically our job.
He shakes his head and continues to regard you with skepticism.
Why is Lemmy the chef?
In the end, he decides to inform you of the locations where the monsters have appeared.
That's wanted to cook, man.
Those monsters aren't easy to deal with. But if you insist on going, I won't stop you either. I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive. I wish you the best of luck.
At this point, you won't see your own draw. I don't know what that even means.
Based on what the captain said, the monster should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
Oh, I have tryout characters. This is a very interesting combo of characters.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds.
I got you guys. You need some healing? Is that better? They're good now. They're healing up. Whoa! What the fuck? Did I kill them? They disappeared into thin air. I overhealed. They exploded.
A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place.
Watch this, guys.
Turn around and don't look back.
Okay.
They yell.
It leaves. I do what I want. Rolls perception check on your bullshit. Rolls nat 20.
It doesn't seem like there's any information to be gained from the area up ahead. You conclude that this area is best left unexplored at this time.
Is that your Paimon way of saying let's explore the area ahead of us later? Obviously I'm a Lenny main, so have to play Lenny. The Lenny outfit, and if they offer Lenny outfit like this, I would actually buy it and play him. I think it's ending in like a week.
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks. All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Dum dum
Be on your
dum.
guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes.
Hello?
The monsters have emerged. They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
A little help here! This thing wants to eat Paimon!
Don't we all?
Your battle round begins now.
Da 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 da. This one. Fuck! No! No way I rolled a 2.
Now
Wait, what
disappear.
changes with the comp?
Let's get this show on the road.
Wait, what? What's supposed to happen?
Let the world come alive!
I rolled a fucking 1? Damn, bro.
Fellow warfare, I guess.
I forgot to play all of these characters.
Well, with rocks.
The next battle round begins
Now. Okay, watch this. We'll do this.
The show
That's healing.
begins!
Boom. I'm a Lenny main. Look. Charge attack.
It'll be
Oh, I
all
forgot
right.
to charge attack the first one. Where's my health?
Here comes the finale.
Here comes the finale.
the
Thank you for the
monsters
resub,
let out
Adrian.
a terrifying roar of anger and resentment.
Oh, wow.
Before
Got 'em up.
dissipating into thin air.
That was funny to roll a 2. Yo, thank you so much for the resub, Adrian. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the nice message.
Oh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came with all those preset skill points. Otherwise, we would have been in some real trouble.
It's my bad, guys. My bad.
I never knew the Fatometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict. If you get unlucky, isn't it just game over right then and there?
That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives these games their appeal.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lump.
She had that checked out.
Could it be a thing that appears after every battle?
Sorry.
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
Surely.
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
Money! Let's dig it up. That was a cool scene where I lost. I got a 2. Yo, what up, Monolith? We're all a bunch of suspicious lumps.
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground. Even without opening it, you can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fortune.
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there who need this treasure more than
No.
us?
Open it.
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got hurt fighting the monsters. Wouldn't it be better if we gave the treasure to
If
them?
y'all watched how I played D&D with Baldur's Gate, you'd understand I am Dark Urge naturally.
Wait, is that how it works? Paimon thought since we were the ones to dig it up, we could just take it for ourselves.
Paimon gets it.
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marashose hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure illegally? They might get even more suspicious of us.
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up
What
on
I'm
good
saying.
food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
I know the ethically right thing is to give it to them, but
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice
I
once
thought they're
again.
gonna make me choose.
Well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a day for now?
No, I'm locked in.
Wow. Where did the time go?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all or because the story is particularly enticing, but I feel like I could almost keep going.
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
All-nighter.
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
Ooh.
I understand how you feel, Navia.
I got no
but
responsibilities.
We have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh? Another location?
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Indoor
Oh,
Seth.
They really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Clorinde finish her story, right? Paimon wants to hear more about the history of the hunters.
All right, more about her.
Something tells me you just want to finish the free desserts before we break for the day.
That's just a coincidence.
Yeah, it's like a
okay?
D&D quest.
Besides, to Paimon, not finishing free food feels even worse than having to buy your own.
Nobody has touched that food at all. Why do we have such a huge pot of soup for like 5 people?
And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Clorinde's master.
5.5.
Well,
If the story doesn't have a happy ending, it's okay to not finish it.
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past.
Did it die?
It won't do any harm to share these things now.
Did your master die? Probably, very tragically. Yo, what's up, Joshy? Pretty good today. I started working out for the first time in 9 months
My
today.
earliest memories are of living with Master.
I'm sore.
According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth parents had left me behind some time before that.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Master was a fascinating individual. If
Damn.
inexperienced in the ways of raising children. My first ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy child in need of distraction.
Hold this weapon.
Oh, wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child? Isn't that dangerous? Did you hurt yourself?
Nah, she's built different, naturally.
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned. She just stood there and casually lectured me about it. See, that's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
Taught her the important stuff.
Excuse me for asking this, Clorinde, but how old were you exactly when all this happened?
Probably around, 3, give or take.
She was 3 years old.
3? Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children. She believed trial and error was the best way to teach a child what they're capable of.
What the child who is 3 hold a sword is crazy.
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh,
Bro.
she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once.
Oh.
It was a Geovishap hatchling.
She brought a whole ass mob.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet? That seems even more dangerous.
How did you smuggle a Geovishap hatchling onto a boat to Fontaine?
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever loses is the real pet.
That's crazy.
And how old were you when this happened?
That's crazy.
5.
Well, did you win?
What the hell?
No, I lost.
You were the pet.
So you're saying you actually became the Geovishap's pet?
Base parenting.
Yes, but only for a week. By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat.
Oh.
And we've shared a cordial relationship ever since.
Oh my god. Just homies with the Bishop. I probably killed that
really
thing.
Doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She
Figure it
was a
out.
Marachose hunter, but I never heard her bring up her own parents. Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that.
At 7.
Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days. That was also how I met Mr. Callis and his family.
I still remember the first time we met. You were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
They met when they were literally babies.
I still hadn't really met many children my age at that time, so I didn't know how to interact with others.
She could hunt down animals in the forest.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot. You loved challenging people to shooting competitions, remember? I don't think many members of the Spina ever beat you in one of those.
I had a lot of fun during those days.
I enjoyed them too. Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's Protector of Justice. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
Protector of Justice? Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago? The one who is always active at night?
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing. Until, like Navia said, we overheard the truth from Mr. Callis that night.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports about her on Nervalette's desk.
The only person that I can think of that goes out into the night like that was Arlecchino. But there's no way that is the same, right?
My apologies.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. You had nothing to do with it. And anyway, everything she did was for a good cause. Although, calling herself the Protector of Order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked.
Yeah, it couldn't be Arlecchino because she was on the orphanage. Is there a chance that it could be Arlecchino's mother, though?
Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions
Maybe not.
and decided to stick to just two. The Protector of Justice and the Protector of Order.
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the two she'd use by the time she got back each night.
Well, she certainly
Probably
sounds
not.
like a fascinating individual. With her strong sense of justice, it's no surprise her student followed in her footsteps.
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent, and with a strong sense of conviction.
But...
She suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Damn.
Disappeared? What happened?
Come on, we don't know. That's what disappearing means.
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. I was never able to find out where she went. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house, but Master never came to pick me up. When I returned home on my own, it was to an empty house.
But they were literally raised together.
When she still didn't appear after a few days, I went to Mr. Callis's house to ask about her whereabouts, but he only shook his head.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never found any credible leads.
Don't worry, I understand. To be perfectly honest, given Master's personality and way of doing things, it all made a lot of sense. If I had to guess, I'd say she probably used it as an opportunity to force me to become
I
independent.
mean, she made you.
Just like
It
how,
worked.
when a litter of kittens reaches a certain age, the mother willingly leaves them behind.
Were you upset, Clorinde?
No, I love that.
I was at first, but not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear for no reason. There must have been something she just had to do.
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
Who knew Clorinde had such
Interesting.
an interesting past? I never had the chance to ask her about it
Dude,
before.
every character in Fontaine just has this like tragic past.
I
It's a
wonder
tough
if
upbringing.
Clorinde's master were the champion duelist back then. Would that duel against Mr. Callus have gone differently? Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorinde and Navia are probably thinking something similar. The mood just got super awkward all of a sudden.
Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
Charlotte doesn't count.
would you look at the time? It's getting dark, so we should probably call it a day for real this time.
Did anybody play
If we keep
Charlotte's
talking
Quest?
like this, we really will be here all night.
She had to hang out, no?
I had a great time today, Miss Clorinde. Thank you for being our GM.
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got to say, your childhood stories were even better. Hey,
The trauma
you should tell
story.
us more about that fight against the Geo-Bishop sometime. Maybe
Yeah, that
your
was cool.
master was onto something.
That was the funniest thing.
You could be right.
What does she mean, onto something? I certainly don't know any 5-year-olds who want to fight a bishop in their spare time.
Farina trying to pick up on social cues is the cutest
Guess
thing
I'll
ever.
head back as well. I need to save my energy if I want to continue enjoying the story
It's like,
tomorrow.
I don't get it. Children shouldn't fight Geovishaps. How is that hard to understand?
You're that excited to hear about my fight with the bishop?
I was talking about the script.
Oh yeah, we're doing D&D, that's right. All right, part 1 done. Buried honor, wait till the next day. 8 to 10. Real quick, I'm gonna open the door for my dogs to let them back in. They are barking to get in. So hold your breath until I get back. And if you die, that's, well, mods, clean it up.
A duel is a battle of wills, and the sword an extension of the duelist's spirit. If your heart recoils in fear, then your sword may as well be in its scabbard, because you will not wield it effectively against your foe.
All right. I'm back. Who's dead? Who died? Is everybody alive and okay? Anybody dead? Read Clorinde's and Navi's conversation, Duck. Oh, true. I did. Oh, Seven's in chat for that chatter. They lived a long, great, very fulfilling life by watching me once.
Just between the two of us,
My reboot card.
could you tell me what it was like to be the Geovishop's pet?
It was nothing special, really. Geovishops don't understand the concept of a pet. So basically, it just headbutted me whenever I entered its territory.
And that hurt?
Yeah, it hurt. What, something you want to experience for yourself?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks.
They're so cute together. That was a cute little conversation. Wish I could talk to Lenny. I will wait right here until we start tomorrow. I am dedicated. I gave Hutchie. What are you doing? Hutch. What are you doing out there? My dogs are acting weird with each other. Never mind. Being a dog father is hard. A Shiba dog father is different than being a dog father. Guys, my friends list is starting to fill up slowly. She's silly on my hilly chile churl. Okay, I have -1 friend on right there already. One more spot just opened up. Gotta go to time. I think I said between 12 and something, right? I don't remember. -1 friend. I'm just making sure you're listening. Kave hasn't returned since 3.6. Kave's dead, chat. If you want to know how Kave died, go watch my latest YouTube short. We actually found the truth on why Kave's not in Genshin Impact anymore. That's the actual truth. Lurk test. Alright, let's give away a welcome moon real quick. Type 1 if you would like to enter. Go check this out. Yeah, everybody's waking up now. Look at that. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'll run it. I put my money where my mouth is. Venus Love, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I put my money where my mouth is. For everybody paying attention, I'll give you a welcome moon giveaway. And I'll send you one tonight with Loot Bar. Kave got waterboarded by the Heavenly Principles. Literally click on this link if you want to know where Kave's at. We found out where he went. Yeah, where's my marbles? Think it's because of the Destroyer of Worlds? No, we figured it out, trust. He did it to himself. Okay, sit down. Why would you give you guys a giveaway if it would open? The Destroyer of Worlds glitch was so long ago. Shit was forever ago. You weren't joking about walking? No, I put my money where my mouth is. Confirm. Continue. Race. Random map. Play. Whoever comes in last place wins a welcome moon. You ever completed the jet quest? I did. I played it on stream. I don't know if I ever recorded it, but if you want to win a welcome moon real quick, type in !play. Whoever wins this, whoever is the last person to cross the finish line, I'll send you a welcome moon tonight with our partners over at Loot Bar. Loot Bar is the best way to top up. Check them out. This is the real lurk test. Nice. All right, we're gonna make it a small giveaway. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, good luck. I joined too. LOL. You better hope you got in time. I'm just hopping on the bed. I'm giving away a welcome in real quick. So, whoever comes in last place is the winner. Would you ever play GTA 6 story missions in 2025 fall? Absolutely, dude. I've never played GTA 5 story missions, so I gotta do that one first, but... Whoever is in my last place. We had a little small giveaway entry here. Just to check your attention span. I don't think I got in. You gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be locked in at all times. Whoever's last. It looks like Dryden's got a good chance here. Adrian and Poopadoo maybe as well. Does dying count? No, you're disqualified. Give me a Smithy. Give my Smithy a Stiffy. Dead last. That's a good thing this time. I just came back to the computer. You gotta pick your computer up wherever you go with me. Well, goddamn, give my Smithy a Stiffy. He might just win it. Nacho, it's a bad day to be fast, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Hey, there I am. Is this what birth is like? Oh. Some of you already died. Slow the fuck down. Any plans to do Firefly summons with the VA? I haven't messaged on Elisa yet, but I have to see if they're down to. I will message them and see. I would love to make a video interviewing them while we do the pools. I kind of like the concept of I spent a day with, like the Anthony Padilla style of interview, instead of just like doing pools with them. It's like doing pools, getting them to say some lines and asking them some questions. Brie Lala, you would be making it if you didn't die here. I don't know how you got stuck. Second place gets a walk-in. Second place actually gets jury duty. Oh, Smithy with a Stiffy's gonna die. No. You, oh my God. No way. Oh, shit. All right, that means the last place was Poopadoo. Damn, that was unlucky, brother. Already did my jury duty. You gotta go back. Double duty. Double jury duty. Ooh, that might be one of the most painful losses I've ever seen. All right, Poopadoo, let me know your region you play in and your user ID real quick. Send it to me real quick. Do you want a Star Rail Pass or do you want a Genshin Welcome Moon? You were close. Serena, you were one off. If Poopadoo had died, you would have got it. So close. Nacho literally would have won if it was normal. Oh, I was actually good this time. You should slow the fuck down. NA might take me a second to get my user ready. Take your time. Yeah, you're good. Just DM it to me. I'll send it to you tonight. Dude, some of you might have missed it earlier, but a viewer of ours, Anna, got a tattoo inspired by me. Isn't this the cutest thing ever? A little duck with pink hair. It's so fucking cute. That's the cutest thing. Someone actually got this tattoo inspired by me. The little pink hair is perfect. Maybe I'll have to get my first tattoo soon. Chat, do we get a tattoo to commemorate a year of the subathon if we ever get there? It's a duck. Gotta do something to commemorate it. Oh, 8 to 10. Are they still out here? What the hell? I'm so scared of tattoos. I'm scared of how bad it'll hurt. I'm such a, like, I go to get my flu shot. I'm like, oh. The doctor has to like smack me. Man up. Did she get top 3 Welkins? I'm sorry, I'm going through a tunnel. I can't hear you. Wait until the next 8 to 10. God damn it. I went over 10. I don't know what I would get. I wanted to get something to remember the subathon, but I don't know. It's permanent. That's the scary thing. It's forever. Can't undo that.
Let's go meet up with the group. Paimon's really looking forward to today's story.
I brought my guns.
Evil looks. Shoot on sight.
That moment when you ult on the D&D table. Why was I fast today? A tattoo of the total time you spent on stream. Just like a huge number. That would look so weird out of context. Alright, let's meet up with everybody. Oh, we're indoors this time. I was wondering where everybody was. Are we indoors? This doesn't look indoor. This looks outdoor. Get in a Greek number. So far, I've been live for over 6,500 hours. Can you imagine doing anything for 6,000 hours? I've sat my ass in this seat. Or I've been in this room for 6,000 hours. That's insane to think about. Tattoo your stream key? Bro, I would give it to you after this. I don't need it no more. Ah, it scared me.
Into the shadows.
That'll teach him to mess with the Maracusi hunter. Oh hell no, we're not having D&D in the side of a mountain. What? Where did y'all find this place?
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
Is this a prison?
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorinde? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings. Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
This looks like my basement, bro.
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Meripede.
So the set
You can put it in
is
chat.
going to
It's
be
fine.
a part of the script?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
Got you, Poopadoo. I'll copy this. Put it in my notes.
Well, whatever happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure.
This is what my basement looks like. You guys all have your basement like
about
this?
arousing suspicion because of our identity, why
You
don't
know.
we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorinde's master did?
Ropes, bars, prison cells.
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
Leather.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks.
She talking to me.
Why aren't you saying anything, Navia? Wait, What's that next to you?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde mentioned last night. I found it.
That's the one you cut your hand with?
Huh. I'm surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me. Of course I had to keep it safe. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Well, it's only a matter of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand, even when it's sunny.
Whenever I got thrown into prison at Baldur's Gate, I just blew stuff up.
Alright, Paimon's made up her
With
mind.
bombs.
Let's just give the treasure away. Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
Paimon's developing character?
So, you reached an agreement? All right then, we can continue with the story.
Wow.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
Not off the top of my head, Acid. No, I don't.
All right. You collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital with your bag of loot in hand.
I delete all my DMs when I get them. I don't want to leak anything for anybody.
The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere, but your spirits are surprisingly high. In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your wealth with the children, the elderly, and the poor in urgent need of help.
Thank you, kind soul.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight. However, there's still quite a bit of Mora remaining. It appears you haven't made much progress.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up. We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy. I'm sure he knows the people here far better than us.
Oh, good idea.
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again, there's a voice.
Clarence's making a check. I want to turn.
Please wait, distinguished guests.
Is that still Clarence's VA?
Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay their respects.
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we being invited for afternoon tea?
Surely you jest, my lady.
Dang.
That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
Such range. What's up, Bree? I don't care about the drama stuff, bro.
Do you think this could be a trap?
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself would be a fantastic opportunity to do that.
I say we go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
You know, I think Navia really is one of my favorite females in this game. She's so bubbly.
That sounds a little intense.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace.
How are you? What have you been up to?
Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks. The items appear quite ordinary in size and dimension, yet their presence somehow makes the emptiness of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
I would fuck up that garlic bread right now. Oh.
Wow, it's so luxurious.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you. He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface. They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king.
It's like the Bottle Land family.
After a moment, He lowers his hands and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group, but he does not move from his place at the king's side.
It's gonna be my new hair color.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though. We should keep a close eye on him.
The king remains still and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted from work. So please allow me, his Prime Minister, to welcome you in his stead. I've heard tell that your group, the Marechaussee Hunters, used your exceptional ability with the sword to repel the monsters near the capital. Such a great deed, it deserves to be rewarded. However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you myself.
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to talk, right? So we'll just explain what happened.
How are you? How's jail? It's getting cold in here.
Golem's blades were so
Help.
powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe. It took a lot of effort to defeat them, even for trained swordsmen like us.
That's
well,
good.
there was enough details, right? Believe us now?
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors. Since you were the ones who defeated the monsters, that must mean you are also in possession of the treasure they stole.
Well, we did take the
We gave it to
treasure,
everybody.
How did he know about...
Then
It's
I
all
must
planted.
ask that you return it at once. It belongs to the king.
We gotta go take it back from all the people we just gave it to.
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserved a reward? Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very important distinction. Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
Dude, the VA is just like killed. Ate these lines.
But that's completely unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes no sense! If it weren't for us, the treasure would still be buried underground somewhere!
Maybe so, yet the fact remains.
Fact
You
remains.
tried to dispose of the treasure without reporting it to the court and without receiving permission, yes? What, no answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary Marechaussee hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
Well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy talk for him the whole time?
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of the throne. His posture is rigid and unmoving. He stares forward with an empty look in his eyes, completely unmoved by the events before him.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil sorcerer? Or could both the king and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in the palace appear fully armed, their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed upon the hilt of their sword, as if prepared to draw their weapons and surround you at a moment's notice.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters.
Among Us.
What a pity. Guards, take them away and throw them in the dungeons. Before I decide your fate, however, I must first determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Yeah, we gotta roll perception checks here.
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
Stealth check.
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
You can have my hand too.
Aw, thanks, you guys.
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding you on both sides. It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you that you finally realize you've stepped into a completely different world. Stay here, and don't try anything funny. The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall.
Sir.
But the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
No! What should we do now?
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands, of course. I draw my weapon.
You reach toward your waist, but find
They took
nothing
it.
there. You now recall that your weapons were confiscated before the guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this
She's
course
trying to
of action.
sneak it in.
Moreover, the guards would have conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be
She
seen.
said, I put it in my boot before we started playing.
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Oh, well, there goes all our plans.
We're in prison forever.
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Oh.
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
It's like we just end up in jail forever?
What? But that's a terrible ending!
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed
Like
in
forever.
the feeling of being in prison. Like, they'll only show us the way out once we've grown truly and utterly desperate.
Farina's gonna start hearing the voices again. Not in prison again!
That is a possibility.
No!
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess it's funny how the Fortress of Meripede works if you're lucky.
True.
Before
That's
I
such
forget,
X.
Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier,
You mean the short sword that I put up my ass?
I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Wait,
What's up, Junebug?
Clorinde said that sword used to belong to her master, right? Does that mean her master has been alive that long?
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything. I'd say the sword was most likely an heirloom passed down over time.
Hang on. A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that?
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and a good amount of junk she probably just didn't want to take with her. I gave you the sword back then, because I didn't want our friendship to end.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
After the duel. Between Mr. Callis and myself.
Oh, the whole room just got heavy.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa as well. After the duel, though, there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. She entrusted this sword to me, and never came back. We were both sad, and conflicted, and totally overthinking everything as a result. Whenever I looked at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder if Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic. Maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided.
Damn.
Back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that you two found your way back to each other and can enjoy things like this together.
Yep, you're right.
I've gotten over the fact that she killed my dad.
I'm sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
Way to make the room heavy, Farina.
Think nothing of it. No one here is at fault.
Plop. More script delivery? Who's running this script? Who has control of this script? Told ya.
Looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing. The situation was really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
From Clorinde's face,
Pre-watch.
I really can't tell if it's
Already played.
good news or bad news.
It speaks to our professionalism as a senior GM maintaining a poker face. Takes true skill. The Ghost Rider.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this lightless dungeon, you lack a reliable way to tell how much time has passed. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust, and find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair. Suddenly,
Disparage.
you hear footsteps outside the door.
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice down.
That doesn't sound like Clorinde's voice. What? That sounded like Child's voice. I'm stepping on the food so nobody can eat it later. It's mine.
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a Marashose hunter.
What?
Shh. I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise. If you want to escape, it has to be now.
Executed? We barely did anything!
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
There will be time for speculation once we're out of here. As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just
Who's
yet.
voicing this in the real world?
Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and finding
That's
a chance to
mole.
speak with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
Hey, I thought Lumine was voicing in this quest. Hello? Well, it doesn't look like we have any other choice.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes. His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marashose hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my... As for the location of the vault...
Who is this voice in the real life, though? Are we all hearing this? Treasure map.
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Marashose hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours. And be sure to exercise caution.
Okay,
With the
Renan
help of the
NPC.
guard, you successfully escape the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade as you continue your quest.
I would like it if she read things like that every time. Man, World Quest being voiced would be so amazing. Could it be Riceley's voice actor? I don't recognize his voice. It sounded like Child's at first, but starting to think it's not.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
For real.
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
Yeah, what are we gonna use our abilities that we rolled for?
Yep.
Head to the secret vault and search for the treasure. Dude, I'm getting kind of hungry. I've had very little to eat today. After all that running we did.
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order then.
Blow it up. Kaboom.
Wow, you really meant that.
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water, its surface shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Well, Guess this means it's time for a swim.
Going into the suspicious cave. Always jump into the suspicious holes. You playing in Fontaine, but you have to hold your breath the entire time you play the game. Okay, let's keep going.
Oh, what's the matter?
It's nothing. As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
Is this gonna be a familiar place to Clorinde? Something painful? Thanks for the hydrate.
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
But this door is blocking our way in. Huh. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time. I've got to hand it to the tabletop troupe. They really went all out with the props.
I feel like we're gonna have a big conclusion with Clorinde's mother, in quotations, just showing up.
Huh. What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism connected to the door? Ah, it looks like we might have to arrange it into a certain pattern.
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
It is gonna be.
Something wrong, Clorinde?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits. Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can hear the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
That description makes Paimon feel kinda bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Let's go, Lenny.
Lenny's right. We need to keep going. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right?
Yes, that should be fine. Something feels off about all this. Guess I'll just have to improvise.
She's leading us back to her to find Mother. Let's talk to everybody. Can I talk to you? No? Oh, I can't talk to you. You know what I can do though? Read your mind. I can. Oh, we're not in Sumeru. Fuck. I forgot Nahida can't do that unless she's in Sumeru. 2? They could never make me hate you, Clorinde. You're beautiful. Where's the third one?
I found something.
Install hydro core.
Found something here too.
Found something here too. Oh, it's back over there now. What the fuck? Lindy, you just straight up lied to me. Farina told the truth, but you lied to me, Lindy. Ah. Install hydro core. Am I waiting for you guys to push him in? Nice. Ta-da! Okay, I did it. Attempt to solve the puzzle. We got it. Is it done? Mod check.
It worked!
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourselves worthy of inheriting the secrets of the past. At the end of each puzzle, you're rewarded with
Money.
With?
a key.
A key and a broken key.
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys. that are passed down from generation to generation. It looks just like the one Master passed down to me. It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key. And it seems like we just collected 3 of them. That must mean...
Huh? What's wrong?
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Huh? What's going on? Did we fall into another trap?
Oh shit.
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
My eyes are open.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Paimon, you're ruining it, bro.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here? Oh, this is so unsettling. I can't see anything.
I've been discovered then.
Oh, I forgot about this guy at the start of the quest.
Wait, that voice, it's...
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you
I
to
forgot
this
about
place.
this dude.
It appears he now covets the treasure for himself and has come to stake his claim.
Oh, so this is just
The
part
very
of the
beginning.
script. Then I can probably relax. Well, if we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Marashose hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
Wait, I don't think this is D&D anymore.
Retreat? That's not the hunter way. If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him. We choose to fight.
We're gonna fight Toph style.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
You got it.
Well then, let us begin.
They're just swinging in the sky, swinging at each other. Guard? Question mark? Guard?
Loaded.
Ow.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Good luck.
Your strike is successful.
Bang!
Is he still standing? Couldn't have...
Shredded him. Now I don't think
Is
it's a
it
joke.
over? Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
Damn. She's her. Oh! Damn.
Oh, well, did we get him?
Well, I did. Why isn't she answering?
Clorinde?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, the 4 of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
Weird.
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing. I should stay in character. Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us?
I love her character always has to be like a prissy, like a sassy bitch.
Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
What kingdom? What peace? Those were nothing but lies. I, Florian, am a true Marashose hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
Oh, he's serious.
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait, was that the name of his character from the very beginning?
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marashose hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
What do you know?
Yeah,
In
Clorinde
this day and
story.
age, there's no glory to be had as a Marashose
We're
hunter.
almost done.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. Still, he devoted everything he had to being a Marashose hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing.
It's just the RP, guys.
The Marashose hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes. We deserved more recognition and respect than this.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy?
It's true.
I didn't expect the script to contain this level of social criticism.
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself?
He doesn't know the
You're
difference.
owed fame and wealth?
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Because I still needed the final key.
Only a true Marashose hunter is capable of passing through this final door. As someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain, Florian lost that right long ago.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
You're sure you want to go in?
We've been
It's like a
talking
room
about
of
it
gold.
for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
The quest has been very immersive. Very good.
And we've already defeated Florian, right?
I like it.
So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
Pesky brats.
Watch yourself.
It's the same character, or I'll
Then
cut
let's
you
open
down.
the door together.
All right. Your choice of action is confirmed.
I love how she's still trying to keep them immersed, even though she knows now that it's real. Clorinde takes out the keys from earlier and walks up to the heavy door. Without anyone noticing, she takes out her own keys and joins it with the others to form the final required shape. Not gonna say what I think it
Before
looks
you,
like.
The door to
Yeah, no
the
problem,
treasure,
Fluffy.
sealed and undisturbed for more than 100 years, finally swings open. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse, almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn. You get the impression that the secrets buried behind this door might be just as heavy as the sound you just heard.
This poor crystal fly is trapped in here.
It's open.
Thanks, Fluffy.
Let's go in. Paimon wants to see what's inside.
Thanks, man.
Me too.
Ugh,
Travelers the
uncovering
same.
hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring. What do we have here?
It means the same, bro.
A stone tablet? And some shabby weapons?
What is that back there? Is that an outfit? Hi, Subi.
You call this a treasure vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah, where's the
Maybe
gold?
the troop ran out of budget at the end?
They provided a super immersive experience at the beginning only to drop the ball at the most important part. They could have at least filled this place with cardboard Mora or something.
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marashose hunter treasure.
Huh?
This is it? The Marashose hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords? I can't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
What?
Whoa, are you okay?
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment to collect
Is
himself.
he lamenting? Like,
One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may remain here in
That's
the
protective
meantime
shit.
and explore your surroundings.
he started going sicko mode right there at the end. Florian's at a distance back there. So, oh, those are bows. I thought it was a piece of clothing. Well, we got some free weapons in here, chat. Who wants one? Let me get these crystal flies real quick. Come here. You've been trapped in here for 100 years, or whatever.
The old and broken weapons.
The friends we made along the way was the real treasure.
The names on the tablet.
Wait. Oh, I am Clorinde. I was like, I'm Clorinde looking at Traveler?
What is the treasure supposed to be?
Give Traveler voice lines!
Walter.
White? A stone tablet stands there quietly. A few people's names and deeds have been inscribed upon it. Walter. It feels like a graveyard, like where every time a Mara Kusi hunter died, they put like their personal weapon here. Sadly, none of them ever won big on the limited banners.
Ready. So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
What just happened?
Did he say Walter White too?
Do you remember how you got here? Or what happened to your body just now?
Nope.
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to... The explosives in the cave!
His eyes are no longer the same.
You mean these?
Huh? How did you...
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
How'd she do so
the
quick?
Strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It would seem your skills as a Marachose hunter are as sharp as ever.
I deserve some answers, don't you think?
What's up, Minty?
Tell me why you wanted to lure me here. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell. The feelings about my father and the other Marachose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments.
His dad is definitely Walter then.
I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point, I remembered the legend my father used to tell me. The one about the treasure.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives? Wouldn't they just destroy the treasure and bury you along with it?
I can't remember.
He's like under a spell
My head's
almost.
a mess. It felt like
He thought the clothes were
there was
bows
this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's
That's
gone.
weird.
From your description, I suspect you were dealing with a Devorator.
Devorator?
Oh, your master... your father, I mean, never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
The seal?
My family has served as Marachose hunters for many generations. But the title and swordsmanship weren't the only things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well. My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty. But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters. If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption. In light of this, some Marachose hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
I heard it has the power to amplify the obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely. It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as
It
well.
almost sounds like what a delusion does to a person.
And yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys. If I remember correctly, each was entrusted to a respected and capable hunter. How did you manage it?
One of them belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third... was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley. I
Couldn't
know
get the one
just
from
how
me.
strong you are. It's as clear as day to everyone in Fontaine. I observed you from dusk to dawn, but could never find any opportunity to sneak up on you. I never even saw you drink a single glass of liquor.
She's not a drinker.
The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then... Oh,
Wow.
I won't
didn't
comment
skip
on
that.
anything else, but the script
A
was
monster got
good.
to him. The audio is slightly behind the game. But when I hit this click, tell me if it is.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it.
Here.
The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters and how they came
Damn,
to be
I'll fix
forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story. Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, he was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
Weird. It's probably a glitch thing, but I'm so far into it at this point. I'll fix it after.
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged
Thank you
by
for
the
telling
people?
me.
What did your father teach you about our order? You do not wield your
wonder
sword
why.
for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
You're right. I am a Marashose hunter. It's time for me to redeem, no, to finally serve the people I vowed to protect all along.
I wouldn't be so quick to push aside the need for redemption.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
Good. Then, come with me. And help me see the script through to the end.
Make sure they never find out about it.
See the script through to the end?
Never finished it, huh?
You thought we'd just blow up here?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no reason to write beyond this point.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to be defeated.
You mean the Devorator? Are you saying I have
I
to
had to
make up the rest
ad-lib.
of the script as we go along?
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails. I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled. Besides, I need their help.
Then, are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you
She
think?
would know. Damn, that was deep, bro. Damn. Hold on, let me try to fix this lag. See if it gets any better. Ba-da-ba-doo-da. Okay, maybe it's better now for Twitch. Maybe it's still bad. Does that look like more in sync? Looks a bit better. There's lag. There was like an audio delay. Pado. Pado.
They're back!
Hey guys, this guy tried to blow us all up, but I stopped him. But I won't tell you that happened in real life.
That took a while.
In game.
Ahem! My fellow Marashose hunters, please forgive me, for I have sinned.
me, Lord, for I have sinned.
Tone it down.
Very natural. I could try to fix it after. Weird.
Sorry. After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Marashose hunter.
There's another crystal fly.
Do I smell a redemption arc?
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer. He asked me to lure you here so he could bury you in this cave.
No, you're good, Mike.
Wait, you're saying all of that wasn't you, but the evil sorcerer?
That's right. He's adept at
What's up,
manipulating the
Brando? Welcome
hearts
back,
and
man.
minds of the people. I fell under his
Hey.
influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
And how are you going to prove that you're a changed man? We're not going to fall for the same trap twice.
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure. The treasure...
The names of all the Marashose hunters from ages past and their weapons?
Wait, you
The legacy.
already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role player's exploration skills. Oh, wait, I mean, Marashose hunter Navia's exploration skills.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Marashose hunter called Est.
S.
She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people. But in private, she had a very easygoing personality. Her favorite pastime was singing and dancing with her friends, and she was said to have a beautiful voice.
So, she was just like you.
Oh, you really think so?
Well, when you put it that
Yeah, I
way,
made a dialogue
I suppose
just for
I
this
also have a
quest.
few things in common with this Walter.
They have like a dialogue box and specially custom character. It's like a D&D quest.
Working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle. Oh, if only I could have seen the feats of magic he pulled off back then.
Their lives were all so exciting.
All the outfits are so
Write
cute.
So many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have all been forgotten?
Because they chose to be. To hunt monsters that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark. To be a Marashose hunter is to willingly give up on wealth and fame.
Then this stone tablet must have been left behind by their companions.
That's right. Few Marashose hunters ever revealed their identity to the public. They always protected the city from the shadows. The only time they spoke of their accomplishments
art
would
is
be
so
at night,
good.
when they gathered with their fellow hunters in front of the bonfire to share stories of the monsters slain by their hand.
So, this tablet was created not so that the hunters would be remembered by the people, but so that they would be remembered by each other.
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
It was like a special group only for them.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The names of your comrades etched onto its surface serve as a reminder that you are never truly alone.
Damn.
The tablet proves that, although a hunter walks a shrouded path, it is not a solitary one. There will always be those who walk beside you, a fact that remains as true today as in ages long past. Their legacies shall continue to be passed down from generation to generation, as everlasting as the stone onto which their names are carved.
Father, you once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost. So this is what you wanted me to
The
find.
legacy. I've decided to trust you, Florian. I'd like to do an insight check on him. I trust him.
Thank you, my friend. You are very kind. I implore you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done. Allow me to fight alongside you and defeat the evil sorcerer that threatens the peace and prosperity of everyone in this kingdom.
Good ad-libs.
Well, I say we let you join.
Sounds good to me too. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is what you do to make up for them.
You can return here, put flowers to the slate after the quest, by the way.
I have
Cool,
no
cool, cool.
objections, but Mr. Florian, do you even know how to defeat the evil sorcerer?
When he took over my mind, I gained some insight into his
It's
thoughts.
like the Mind Flayers.
Every time I thought of the treasure, he reacted with a strong sense of fear.
Huh? He's afraid of the treasure? But there's nothing here except some broken weapons and the stone tablet.
What if the secret's hidden inside these weapons? GM, permission to investigate.
Oh, we gotta roll high enough. 8, 15, baby! She's lucky.
At first glance, the weapons appear absolutely ordinary. But as you observe them, you notice a faint energy emanating from within. These blades have slain countless monsters. Though it's been a long time since they were used in battle, their edges remain sharp, as if they're simply waiting for the next worthy hunter to carry on their legacy.
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll find comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
A bow for Lenny.
Good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Do we get to permanently keep these? I like the D&D vibes for sure.
Pick a cool weapon too.
It's very immersive quest for sure.
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being. It's a feeling of courage, determination, a silent vow passed down from generation to generation that says, eradicate the monsters, no matter the cost.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the evil sorcerer?
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom.
In my
We
house.
must be extremely careful. He's spent so long living among monsters that he's now taken the form of one.
Then why don't we explore some more and try to find some higher level gear?
Oh, no. We have to strike now.
Basement, my house.
He was greatly weakened when I
Lives
managed to
like
break
this?
out of his control. If we let him rest, he might have time to escape.
I agree with Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we have the advantage.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Yes, that's what's called...
Taking the initiative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please lead the way.
Of course.
Okay. Boss battle and probably a cutscene.
He had to set up so many scenes today. Now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy
Such a
his job.
busy day for this guy, huh?
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer and bring peace back to the kingdom once and for all. As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet at your back, as if all the hunters of the past are wishing you success in the battle ahead and awaiting your triumphant return.
Do I actually get to fight the boss? Nice. I was gonna say, don't in there. Give me a boss fight. Is this above ground or below ground? I cannot tell. I like how Clorinde's name is Game Master. Yeah, this is a really good quest for like the immersion factor. The narration was spot on for all of it. Very good.
Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described.
His house.
As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds you. You get the sense that your enemy is close at hand.
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems so real. How did they manage that?
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go.
How do they manage to make it feel so real?
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the
True.
Devorator once. It could easily re-enter your mind and take control of your body. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close. If it corrupts you again, it's possible you might take on a new form entirely.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front.
You mean...
That button is fighting the world at that
Yes.
angle.
I intend to lure it into my body.
Huh?
That's too risky. If things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand, but if I do this, you'll have a clear and visible target. The Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control.
We're gonna kill an
You
NPC?
won't have to worry about any of your friends being taken over. You're not like me, Miss Clorinde. You're a just and powerful Marachose hunter. The monster broke free due to my error. It's only right that I shoulder the responsibility for its destruction.
Florian is dead.
This is something that I have to do. Consider it a duel to restore my honor. My only request is that you give it your all.
I understand, then. As a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the Marechaussee hunters.
That's my girl right there. She loves me. I love her too.
Loaded.
That squirrel didn't even see what was coming. Yeah, we're kind of together. Yeah, we're kind of a thing. Not me and the squirrel, me and her. Oh. Bro, this is just living in your house? It went in him. It's like, this is a crazy D&D campaign. Damn. The CG of this. Very realistic D&D. Right in the back. Woo!
Why is nothing working?
Clorinde, you know what you gotta do.
This bow is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own 2 hands.
The treasure? You mean... the names. It's the Marechaussee hunters' names.
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame,
But for
but to
each
aid
other.
the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter.
Whoa.
Master of 1,000 tricks. Executioner of the Phantom Hunters. I call for aid!
Whoa, an NPC.
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Is that a chef? Oh, the captain, the D&D characters.
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength.
Petronia.
We have come to answer your summons.
Damn. Jesus. These visuals are out of this world. Okay, they cooked.
So, the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated.
That was like a minute 30 cutscene right there. That was like a long movie.
Peace soon returned to the capital.
Damn.
Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser.
Is he just like dead now?
Such is the story of the Marechaussee hunters. They pursue the phantoms in the darkness and exterminate all who pose a threat. They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments be forgotten by the very people they serve.
I am assuming we've finally reached the end of the script.
Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
One of the better?
It's a pretty solid story overall. I
What
thought
about a
it
bad
was just
ending?
an ordinary adventure at first, but the further we got into it, the more impressed I became with the production and the plot.
Like, guys, Florian's dead. Like,
That final battle especially. All the effects were super realistic.
that's what I was saying. The CG is insane.
Oh, right. Yeah, totally.
I think she caught on.
That's a really good point. I never expected the weapons we picked up from that vault would have that kind of effect.
I think everybody's realized but her.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after we got out, but I don't think it ever lit up again. Oh, we should probably give these props back, right? I'll just leave mine here.
Did you have a good time?
Of course.
Killing this man.
Let me know if another script like this comes around.
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back for now. I think I need some time to fully digest everything that just happened.
She's just flat. Brother is just flat, Stanley.
Once Mr. Florian is awake, please pass on my regards to him. He must be extremely exhausted
breathing.
to have passed out cold like that.
He's breathing.
You're right. He's had a lot to deal with.
Well, see you all some other time. Toodaloo.
Bye, Farina. Ta-da!
Okay, so, can I ask now?
I love how they all catch up the character just to protect Farina's, like, world.
I think
She
it should
couldn't
be
take
fine.
the truth.
What in the world was going on back
They
there?
all kept up the script.
So you saw through all
Protect her at all costs.
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if we didn't notice anything.
Poor Farina didn't.
I was dying of curiosity the entire time. I mean, you did a pretty bang-up job of pretending nothing had gone wrong. Farina actually looked like she thought all of it was planned.
She
Guess
did.
none of us wanted to be the one to break the illusion.
What are you all talking about?
Yeah, I was playing along too.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me you never... Ugh, this is all my fault. It's not too late to cover your ears. Here, partner, I'll do it for you.
A bit late for that, don't you think?
Here, partner.
You're saying everything that happened back there wasn't actually part of the script?
Wait a minute, guys. That wasn't part of the script?
It's probably more accurate to
Wait.
say this was never a real scripted story to begin with.
What?
So loud. My head.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
No shaking, please. Oh, my head.
Poor guy just got stabbed. And Paimon's like, wake the fuck up. Wake up.
Did Paimon just hear that right? You guys made up that whole last part on the spot? It's not nice to lie to people, but Paimon's gotta admit, that was a really good story, Florian. Oh, and nice improvisation, Clorinde!
Yeah.
Paimon always
It was
listen to
like
the
watching
context
a
clues.
magician improvise a spectacular magic trick after forgetting an important prop.
If Paimon knew something was wrong with that vault, she would have floated straight in the opposite direction!
Everything was under control.
As if you've ever described a situation as being out of control. I'm pretty sure any situation you consider to be easy to handle would scare a reasonable person half to death.
Like Farina.
Guess I'm just used to it.
You must run into a lot of unexpected situations then. That explains why you're so good at coming up with things on the spot.
As for you, Florian,
So she's so good at D&D. It's all the D&D that makes her
I
good at
know
this.
there's no excuse for what I did. I'll turn myself into the guards at once, confess my crimes, and accept any punishment that comes my way.
Boo-hoo, then you'll go live in the Maripede and eat cake, then eat Riceley's cake.
I would say
Not too
you've
bad of a
already
life.
suffered more than enough.
Oh?
What?
No! Send me to prison!
You may have been blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning,
No!
but your actions during the final battle had proven you to be a true Marechaussee hunter.
Yeah, Navi's VA will be Yunli in the new quest. Okay, sorry, in the game in general.
You'll be far more used to the city above ground than below. Your job as a hunter is more important.
Rehired.
But
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged. Prepare to accept any terms they give you as well.
yes,
As far as I'm concerned, though, your showing in the duel was enough to prove your honor.
then I'll do exactly as you said. I'll go return those 2 keys right now. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best to prove myself worthy of the second chance you've given me. I swear this on my name and honor as a Mara Shosei hunter. Until we meet again, everyone.
07 Florian. You exit the basement shortly after Florian. His only crime was stealing 2 keys at best. True, we stopped it before it got way out of hand. You're right.
Speaking of Mara Shosei hunters, what should we do about the treasure in that
He
cave?
didn't kill anybody.
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people.
No, it's not for the
Make
people.
it so that the hunters are remembered.
It's for each other.
Don't you?
No. Every name on that tablet made the same choice. All hunters know what the path entails. I am no exception. My identity as a Mara Shosei hunter is not something I need people
He tried to kill
remember.
us but failed.
I wish only to be recognized as a champion duelist. Nothing
He
more.
also tried to kill us under the influence of this thing.
That's certainly very different from the path of a magician. Still, I admire your decision.
Where the power dwells from, I still don't fully get.
I just remembered something. If there were no special effects involved, why did our
Exactly.
weapons begin to glow during the battle?
Is this like ley line interference? Or like the ley lines had something to do with the weapons?
That's because the Mara Shosei hunters of ages past would often imbue their weapons with special enchantments to suppress the
Oh.
monsters. Whenever a monster was nearby, their weapons would start to glow.
Oh, so that's why they had an effect on that guy near the end. I really thought the summons were doing all the work.
Well, I'm sure the summons were a part
Thanks,
of it,
Rogan.
too.
What's up?
Oh?
This particular devorator probably hailed from the same era as the hunters we saw
I don't
in the
understand
room.
Devorators fully.
The names you recited all belonged to the bravest hunters. Countless monsters fell to their blades. That's likely why the devorator visibly reacted when you said them out loud.
So the names held the power all
Demon,
along.
straight up.
Navia, everything you said during your summon.
Huh? Oh,
My best friend.
I meant what I said. I mean, it was true to my character, so yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you love
glad
her.
you heard it. Just don't make me repeat myself. It's embarrassing.
Now kiss.
I really appreciated those words.
Oh.
All right. Don't get all sentimental on me. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. I'm going to go on ahead.
So
Don't fall too far behind now.
the summons didn't necessarily happen, but the weapons were imbued with parts of their soul, so they just glowed. And the actual Devonator responded. I think.
She ran off.
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible. I might have to spend the whole night telling my siblings all about it.
See you later, Lenny.
Goodbye.
We're like, shit, I'm not gonna miss another D&D session. No one's gonna pass up on D&D after this.
Traveler, should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
Well, I met with my brother last week, but I don't remember that already, so...
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here, in the things we were able to accomplish, even if no one remembers them.
I sit up every time she speaks. The journey was all about the journey.
A great answer. I'll remember it.
All right, Lumine, good job. We'll get you back in the booth next year. What would your answer be, Clorinde?
Me, the Mara Shosei hunter, says nothing in response to that question.
The story's pretty good.
Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
That was very good. That goes up there with at least top 10 quests for me. That was very good. The pacing of it all, though it was long, was engaging. And I think the style and how they approach things was just nothing that we've seen before in the game. So I have to appreciate that. I think it makes me appreciate Clorinde a lot as a character. Knowing how she handled the situation for the sake of people like Farina.
Yeah.
And who, like, what her heart is toward people who go through problems like Florian. Or that specific problem. Overall, that was really good. That was a solid quest. What would you give that out of 10, chat? Did you like it? Were you a fan? Were you not a fan of that one? My favorite quests still are up there with like Arlecchino, Nuvolette, Yoimiya, 8.5. That's around the same area for me. It's like an 8. That's very good. Some of my favorites still to this day just gotta be Nuvolette. Nuvolette's literally made me tear up. The Melusine story was just so compelling for some reason. And like the way it was told. 8 for 8. True. I hope other characters have D&D as their hobby so we can get it again. It's 8.5 for sure. Yeah, that's such a different thing. I think it gets a high score for me because it's so different. Yeah, you just like go back to the hunter's place. Where is it again? Is it a permanent spot on the map now? I actually don't remember where it's at. I actually teared up at Nuvolette's quest. Who else had quests that were really good? I thought Oh, Hate Them was a good payoff at the end. Shinha's was beautiful. Unfortunately, I kind of forget Shinha's because I was a skipper when I started playing Genshin. It's like up here somewhere. Is it in the New Fontaine Research Institute region? Raiden's was great. Raiden's made me shed a tear too. I think it also depends on who you connect with the most as a character. Where was this? Top right of Fontaine near Edge. Oh, like up here. I think it's right there. Maybe someone had a Call of Duty hobby and get a connected shooting minigame. Top story quest is Riceley. The payoff for that one to learn like what his parents were like. Across the water. It was cool. Yeah, Miko's was not my favorite, but the ending was really good. I remember playing Miko's and being like, dude, what is going on? And then it all turned into that big, like, I gotcha. Dummy, I was just playing a trick on you. Okay, now that we've crossed the river.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
By the oh, it's down here. It's a giant hole. Did you do the story quest, bro? I just finished it, yeah. We just finished the story quest. That was a bit of a longer one, though. That's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think that might be one of the longest. I think there was some things they probably could have shortened, but overall it's pretty good. It's cool that you can come back here now permanently. I was trying to get that crystal fly. No! The crystal fly, come back. Gotcha. Yinlan's was pretty good too. Yinlan's was deep in the literal sense. Tidy up. Aw. Could put flowers there. Ah. Ah. I gave them flowers. 07 mark, Pussy Hunters. Beautiful. You can actually go back there in your game right now and drop off flowers. Awesome quest, man. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, let me know what you thought about it. Go put your flowers there. I'll see y'all for the next one.